But unfortunately, no matter how progressive we ever get, it looks like white people's feelings and comfortability is always going to be put over people of color's lives. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, what can really change? And it's crazy how literally the exact same people that benefit from a system that oppresses people of color, we're scared to tell the truth as to not offend or make them feel uncomfortable.
Dipping up in her sauce, why she calling me her father? Don't get it twisted, I'm just here for the fun. Her man buzzing her line, why she throwing a dome? 6 points on the board, end zone dance.
Hello and welcome to Secret Black People Meeting. I'm your host, Niles Abston. This is the Halloween episode 7. I got my favorite jersey on. I'm Jesus Shuttlesworth from the movie He Got Game. Written and directed by Spike Lee, starring Denzel Washington. If you haven't seen the movie, you're white. This Halloween, white people, if you want to celebrate another person's culture by dressing up for Halloween, let me show you the right way to do it. Don't. Moving on. I got to see the LA Dodgers beat the Astros in Game 1 of the World Series live. If you saw my IG story, it was me, my dad, and my granddad. Shout out to them. We had so much fun. We even got to see our favorite pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, throw for 11 strikeouts. And as three generations of black men, we couldn't help but cringe when we saw those 3 Ks hit the board. And y'all wonder why black people don't be effing with baseball like that. Other things black people don't F with: Fox News, Bill O'Reilly, the anchor. He recently settled out of court for $32 million with a woman. That's roughly a 1-year salary of LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Bill, what the hell did you do that was so bad that it cost the same as the world's best basketball player? Tie her up and make her watch your show? But of course Fox doesn't care. They signed him to a 4-year, $100 million deal, or what Bill would call it, a threesome. Former President George H.W. Bush, or his Secret Service team would call him Fast Pass, he was recently accused by 3 different women about groping them from being seated in his wheelchair. It's ridiculous. And I'm appalled, I'm angry, and I'm tired of him hiding behind press release after press release. Look, Bush, why don't you be a man and stand up for once? Down in Tennessee, there's a White Lives Matter movement march, and apparently the white nationalists decided to join in. They even brought their own chants. Listen here.
White nations! White nations! Now we start the deportation! Now we start the deportation!
Look, now you may find that offensive, but it's still the most fire freestyle bar by a white person since 2017. Sorry, Eminem. Should I drop this hot pot on Donald Trump's head? Probably not. We're good. I appreciate the gesture, but we didn't need it. It's like when your grandma buys you socks for Christmas. Houston Texans owner Bob McNair, he's in some hot water, y'all. He is quoted saying, "You can't let the inmates run the prison." Now, he's an old guy. Maybe he's just senile and he saw the refs' outfits. I don't know. But what he did do was he donated $4.5 million to Donald Trump's campaign. $1.5 million to Mitch McConnell. So Bob, if you're really worried about inmates ever running a private prison, don't, because you fund them. Bob owns a company called Palmero Palms. And that kind of sounds like a plantation if you ask me. Which probably made it easy when they pitched buying a soccer team to Bob. They said, okay, look Bob, you can have a football club, but 50% less black people. To which Bob said, hell yeah. President Donald Trump is going to release the JFK assassination files. I don't get it. It's like he's tempting us to off him. It's like if OJ wrote his book and called it, "If You Were to Kill Me, This Is How You Do It." But one thing I can compare the Trump administration to the JFK assassination is there's definitely a more capable person behind the scenes firing the shots. Donald, you're like the Lee Harvey Oswald of scapegoats. History reference. 68% of Republicans, apparently, they believe that millions of illegal immigrants voted in the last election. Ludicrous. I know, I don't get it. But it's really funny because that's probably what Native Americans said during the first presidential election. Guys, you get it? White people were the first illegal immigrants. Then they left and brought and enslaved more illegal immigrants. This whole country is founded on illegal immigration forced by white people. I get it. I'm black. I get annoyed when people steal from my culture too. So look, if any of you illegal immigrants are watching this, stop appropriating white culture. They want it back. Now look, we're going to talk about President Trump one more time. I know I've brought him up a lot. But he just declared that opioids are a national public health emergency. And this happens a lot. When white people are addicted to drugs, it's a public health emergency. When black and brown people are addicted to drugs, they are the emergency. On the last episode of Secret Black People Meeting, we talked about the history of marijuana. We talked about how more white people do drugs, but more black and brown people get in trouble for doing less drugs. It's almost like white people have a hard time sharing. And half of these opioid deaths can be prevented because they're prescribed drugs. And 25% of these opioid deaths are reduced in states that have medical and recreational marijuana. And they still want to say marijuana is a gateway drug. Sounds like a gateway to less problems to me. And white people, I thought y'all loved gateways. Y'all been keeping us out of your gated communities for years. It's a Secret Black People Meeting. I'm your host, Niles Abston. We'll be right back.
Oh! When he whips it out, but you weren't ready. Oh, shit. So you be getting them mysterious dick pics, huh?
Listen, it was...
Getting them unsolicited bratwursts in your DMs.
Oh my gosh, one can only wish. Are you kidding me? Nobody sends me anything. I even have a fucking joke about it. They still don't send it to me. The only people that fucking send it live in like Pakistan or like fucking Turkmenistan. Like, I can't do shit with that. You know what I mean?
Dropping missiles in your DMs.
Shout out to Pakistan!
It's me, Niles Abston. You know me from Secret Black People Meeting.
It's your boy Arthur Hamilton from Blunts and Brunch with Arthur Hamilton.
Yeah, we're the two hosts here at Channel 310, and we are cordially inviting you to come support us this Thursday coming up, November 2nd, at the world famous Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard. We're performing on the Crack 'em Up Comedy Show. Talk about the Crack 'em Up Comedy Show.
Yes, Nichelle Murdoch runs the show. She's been doing it for like 13 years.
She's the best.
Super hilarious people be on there. People that you know, legends, people we look up to.
Right.
It's great. We're grateful to be on the show. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so excited.
A lot of high caliber on there. People with bright futures, like our motherfuckers.
Yeah, and if you don't like me, there's always special guest drop-ins. You never know who could drop in.
Yeah, you know, actually Darren Davis, black ass, supposed to be here too. So he gonna be on the show too.
Yeah, he out like trying to do homework and make something up.
Doing homework or turning up, one or the other. He either making up his life or trying to ruin it. But that's a nigga though. That's a nigga though.
Well, yeah, come support us. November 2nd. It's going down 10 o'clock. Lots of funny people, including us.
Only $5 to get in.
Only $5. Say my name at the door.
Yep. Say my name at the door. Say their name at the door. See you there.
See you there. It's me, Niles Abston. We're back. I got a special guest for you guys. Yema Nkele.
Y'all living?
Yeah, bro. It's a funny comedian right here. One of the funniest guys on the scene. I love watching him do stand-up. Thankfully he came in and can be our special guest. Thanks for being on the show, bro.
Nah, no problem. Had to be on the Halloween show.
Yeah, the Halloween show. You got bullet holes in your jacket. So what, you like a Black Lives Matter activist for Halloween or something like that?
I got my Luke Cage on.
Big difference. Big difference. All right, Luke Cage, that's cool.
Got my bulletproof.
Yeah, be a bulletproof black man.
Lifestyle.
They'd never let that happen in real life. Heck no. I don't know if I want some bulletproof black people around, dude.
There's certain people who couldn't find out they was bulletproof. Like, have you seen Juice?
Yeah, that's my movie.
Don't let him find out he's bulletproof, guys.
Yeah.
That's a black horror movie, dog.
Yeah, Juice
That's
is
the first black horror
I definitely
movie.
think Juice is kind of a horror movie. Just like the way
Get Out is?
Yeah, the way Tupac's character changes over time. It's very horror movie villainy, you know.
Yeah, like,
it's just in the hood, so it's a different setting, you know.
It's the
I don't
same.
think horror should be set to any setting. It could be anywhere. You know?
Exactly. It's just like how Get Out was like. That's the reason Get Out's like a black horror movie.
Yeah.
It's because the fear is that at any point in time, you can mess with a white girl.
Exactly.
And just like at any point in time, the homie could get a gun. Juice.
Exactly. And yeah, horror is about your biggest fears and what makes them real and what makes them scary and over exaggerates them, and that's what those two movies do, just in a black cultural way. So yeah, you're right. That's dope. That's a good way to look at horror movies. It's not so much the concept and the monster and all this kind of thing. It's just like what scares you.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Like, just like, yeah, everything is just the way it's supposed. Like, it's if you don't frame it as a black movie,
Yeah.
and just take it as what it is. Take the script and find out what it is.
Yeah.
That shit's scary.
That's dope. Yeah, Juice is one of my favorite movies, man. I love it. It's crazy. So Tupac, like, I feel like that role kind of changed who he was as a person almost. Like after that movie was over, because I think he really embraced that whole like thug life. I don't give a damn about nothing anymore. Like after he played Bishop, so I think Bishop kind of changed him a little bit.
I think it was how much people let it. Like, it's after he found out, like, because you know, like, you live your whole, because like I was corny for so long.
Yeah.
Like I was corny until like 22, and I couldn't get nothing for it. Like, and then I was like, all right, fuck morals.
Conscience gone. That's funny, bro. Man, that's cool. How long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy 2 years.
Okay.
Like, consistently. Like, the first time I did comedy was when I was 22.
Okay.
But then I did it, so I did it like 4 times between then and 2 years ago.
Wow.
And so it was like, I don't consider that,
Okay.
when I know the amount of time that I put in at the gym now,
Right.
comparatively
Right.
to then, it's like,
Right.
nah, if you shoot free throws, bro, you're not Kobe. Like, it's not like,
Yeah, and that's
don't
how, like,
pretend.
I say I've been doing comedy for about a year, but really, like, that first 4 or 5 months, I don't really count. Because I wasn't, the way I'm doing it now, I might be hitting the mic, like, every couple weeks or something like that for the first 4 or 5 months. So it's just, like, when you really learn, like, oh, now this is what's being a comedian, you know. So I see what you're saying. That's dope.
Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
I'm an LA boy.
Okay.
Except that I'm from LA County.
Okay.
I'm from San Pedro.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've been down in San Pedro.
I'm from
Cool,
Palos
cool.
Verdes. I'm from the burbs, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's cool, man. But all right. Are you up on like social media, like Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Are you up on that? All right. Well,
I'm on Instagram.
more. Okay.
I'm on Instagram, and then I watch people's lives on Facebook. I don't mess with Twitter.
Okay, that's cool. Well, one term. So this is a term I wanted to discuss with you on today's episode. Is this whole term of being woke? You know, like I almost get sick every time I hear it. You know, like it's become such a
That's
pop culture trivial thing. Like it's on shirts at like H&M now and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
woke is 90% of the reason I'm not on Twitter no more. Like it got so irritating.
Yeah.
Listening to everybody's a woke warrior now. Like they all get it now.
Yeah.
And they all talking all this extra out whatever. Yeah. And telling me all this stuff I prescribed to because of the white man. And it's like, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Nigerian. Like everything is like my whole perspective is different, dog.
Yeah,
like,
I feel you. And it's like woke has become like this term like lit or dope or anything like that.
It's woke.
Yeah, you know, like I hate that. Because, you know, they're saying it too, and by they, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like it's almost diluted word.
That's their safe word.
Yeah.
It's like it's their way of being like.
Because the thing is, just like with feminism, I don't think a male can be a feminist, but you can be a feminist ally. Because all in all, like at the end of the day, we don't deal with the same things as women do, so we can't really call ourselves feminists. That's how I see it. So I just like, if you're not a person of color, I don't really think you can be woke, if you know what I'm talking about. Because that phrase was made because of like
because we've been rocked to sleep.
Exactly, we've been rocked to sleep, and things that have been stolen from us and have been hidden from us in the past. Nothing's been stolen from or hidden from white people. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you were always awake.
You were always awake.
You're the Sandman,
right? You were always awake. You were awake, and you got to see everything that you needed to see. So I feel, and so when they started using that term, and trying to put it with allyship, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I was like, you're not woke. Are you serious?
Just the whole concept, woke implies that you were, like, is because you were asleep.
Yeah.
So it's like the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
A robot can never be woke, dog. Like,
Yeah.
if you're the one who has the world captive. You're the one who put everybody to sleep.
Exactly.
So it's like, you built the Matrix.
Right,
Like,
you built the Matrix.
So don't start talking to me about
Exactly.
how free it is in the real world.
Exactly.
Of course you know how free it is in the real world.
You've had it this whole entire time, and it's just like with this. What was I gonna say? With this whole woke thing. Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I think the fact is that you can say you're woke with no substance.
Exactly. That's what that's what I was gonna say. It's not a good thing to be woke. It's not. It doesn't feel good to be woke. In fact, it's being woke is almost unhealthy, and it's depressing sometimes. It's not fun to be woke. In fact, like I don't know what your religious views are, but even in the Bible, it states like the more you learn about the world, the harder it is to have like joy and be happy.
That's the whole. It's ignorance is bliss. It's the whole reason that God was like, bruh, don't eat the apple.
Yeah, literally. That's exactly why God was like, don't eat the fruit to Adam, because ignorance, just knowing like God created me and I'm here, would have been better than them knowing what sin was and knowing that they're naked and all this kind of thing. And so like, the thing is, you're not woke. Because if you were woke, it's not something you really want to talk about.
You're only woke because somebody told you that you should probably be woke, which makes it so you're not woke. Like
usually when people who are non-black or non-people of color, when they're woke, it's because they've learned some surface level thing that we've really been knowing since we were like 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly and truly, I think that from the top to the bottom.
Really?
Like, cause like when it comes to like all that, like all kinds of like I'm not just Nigerian. Like my granddad made a religion.
Wow.
That's completely based on the fact that Africans had religion before white people.
That's what I would kind of believe the same thing.
Yeah, so it's the whole basis of my entire upbringing. So like that's what I knew since I was 5. Like was that type shit. So when people are woke now, and you're telling me I have to listen to my whole exactly, I have to listen to your surface level shit and have to be like, oh, that's cool, dog. Yeah.
Like one time I was telling somebody like whenever like I love when my white friends learn new things and they're open like they want to talk to me about it, but like it's almost like I have to be like a parent that just received like a stick man drawing from their little kid. Like I have to act like it's like the coolest thing in the world.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, that's great. I'm glad you're not racist. Like okay, but it's just like okay, I've been doing this since I was 4. Like my mom educated me on the Black Panther movement and all these different liberation movements and things. I've been knowing about Nat Turner since I was in kindergarten. When the movie came out, everybody was like, "Niles, you need to go see this movie. I read the book, nigga. Like, it's like, and the movie was cool. I liked it, but it's just like I've been knowing about Nat Turner since I could read. You know?
Exactly. And it's like
a lot of black kids know our history, like the real stuff. You know?
And so the people who's woke now,
yeah,
they learn this stuff. They start talking to you about Egypt.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, you have to think back. We was kings and queens in Egypt, bro. This is remember the time shit.
Right.
Like this is like just if you watch classic music videos, you know that shit.
Yeah.
Like it's not even that. That's not that deep.
That's the music video Trill too. Eddie Murphy and Mike and Magic Johnson.
It's not my favorite music video.
This is a great music video. I think the same guy that directed Coming to America. So Eddie Murphy, he brought Eddie Murphy in to play the Pharaoh.
Yeah,
that's so dope. And then Mike with the dance moves, he spun and turned into the cat. Like, it's
great. That's my hands down.
It's one of my favorite music videos ever. This is amazing. But yeah, it's like there's been elements of that through culture all the time. And so like I remember when I had a friend that found out that Ronald Reagan was terrible and was like planning the LA with drugs and all this kind of stuff. I've known that since elementary school.
It's like wait, it's like, what do you know about conspiracies? Like, it's like, dog, this is the first conspiracy. Like,
I knew people that didn't know Christopher Columbus enslaved people and did all this terrible stuff till we were in high school. They didn't know about the Native Americans and the smallpox blankets and everything they did to them on Thanksgiving. They really thought they were just friends and Native Americans disappeared somehow. I'm just like, it's sad the watering down and the whitewashing of American history has really shaped a lot of perspectives in the wrong way.
It's just like people can say whatever they want, dog.
Literally.
This is from the dawn of time, bro.
Yeah.
History is written by the winners, dog. And if you don't win,
it's so true.
No one cares.
And that's why so much Black history is just wiped from what the mainstream is, because we didn't win. We've never won.
No. We won.
We have?
Not on this continent.
Oh yeah, exactly. But the thing is, it's not talked about though.
Exactly.
On this continent.
I'm waiting for we need a Shaka Zulu cartoon or a fucking 300 movie.
Yeah.
For Shaka Zulu, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
seriously.
One time for the one time.
Why isn't there a movie about Mansa Musa, like the richest African king ever? I think he's the richest person in the world ever. Like if you calculate it, and it's just like our Black kids don't get to see those things, and it's annoying because.
And no, it's because. And it's completely, we need to stop. We need to blackwash it. Like, I don't want to see the truth. Like, that's not what I want to see. Like, I don't want to see us barely winning this shit.
Yeah.
No. I want to see the same shit every other culture does, dog. 300.
Beef it up.
300's a dope movie.
And you think really everybody had abs like that? Come on.
You think that Chinese niggas can jump over trees? Because, like, what do you, like... No, bro. Like, I want it to be dope. Like, I don't want... Like, that's why I was disappointed with the Nat... I thought the Nat Turner shit was going to be like R300. Like, that's what I thought it was going to be. Django kind of lived up to it. But...
Yeah. But that ain't the same thing.
But Django, it's not the same thing. Like, that's what I... Yeah.
Yeah, and... man... I really didn't. It made. I was like when I first.
All our Black heroes are too realistic.
When I first heard about the Nat Turner movie, I was like, no way. There's no way in hell that's getting made. And then what happened was, it was championed by kind of like the white elite liberal crowd. And when you can, I feel like white elites that are liberal almost like get guilt tripped into supporting things that are Black and brown because of like how high tense and everything is now. But so you have this white elite that basically pushed this movie from the festival circuit, and then but regular white people were just like, I'm not about to watch a movie about white people getting murdered by slaves. Click. And I was just like, I could have told you that, nigga. Like white people, even white people that aren't racist aren't trying to watch that. You know what I'm saying? And then Black people have like less and less watched slave movies, so I knew the market for that movie was going to be very small. And it didn't make much money when it came out, plus all the controversy as well.
Yeah.
But I was just like, okay, I really liked it. I enjoyed it from the screenplay, the writing, the directing. I thought everything was really good. I love Black liberation stuff. I love Nat Turner. So me, I'm a fan. But I knew majority of America was not ready to watch a movie about Black people killing white people.
It was just, and it was the way it was marketed. It was marketed as Black people killing white people.
Exactly.
But it was less than that. It was like fucking Substance and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fucking good movie, but it was just like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
They killed like a couple white people in a span of like 5 minutes. Like, they didn't. It wasn't like the whole movie, like hour and 20 minutes. Like
yeah, it wasn't
white folks, you know. So like for literally that 10 minutes made the movie not making. Not making money, bro.
Because that's what you based what you framed the whole movie.
Because I think maybe they're like, dang, if Black people see a bunch of Black people killing white people, they're gonna come watch the movie, and they're like, oh, rape charge, never mind. So,
because now it's like I can't even see with my girl, dog. Oh man,
right? It's just weird. It's weird.
I don't know, man.
But the thing is, he is a person that is so. Nat Turner is a person that was so important in history that many people didn't even know until this movie came out, but we want to call ourselves woke. Come on, like we're not like. I feel like as a culture we know more because, and it's not even we know more. It's like it's more available because obviously people knew this before us because it had to be written down. You know,
if you had an interest in it, you found it. You would have found it by now. If you had an actual interest in it. And,
right.
And so point blank. And so if you get woke off the things that they still spoon feeding you.
Right.
Like you still.
There's so much underneath.
Exactly. That's exactly where they want you, is to think that you know what's happening.
That you know everything.
But you don't, like, but you still drinking the Kool-Aid,
and,
dog.
and no way am I ever against white people educating themselves or people who aren't black educating themselves and learning more. I'm never, because we need more of that, because I think that'll help race relations and things like that, and I've seen it do that. But it's just like, I'm tired of people parading themselves around like they're some morally great person because they don't say the N-word anymore, or at least not when they're not in their car listening to Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, you're not that woke. Like, chill. You know? That's all I'm saying. Because look at where our president is. Obviously, most of the country ain't woke because that happened.
I mean, most of the population's woke.
You think so?
Population-wise, most of the population don't fuck with Trump.
Yeah, that is true.
If you're talking about population.
Population-wise, yeah.
Because that's cities and shit.
But
if you didn't think that middle of the country white people was fucking stupid and racist, well, then what have we been making fun of for so long?
Exactly.
Like, you don't know what white trash is.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like this thing. So you say you're super woke, but you don't do anything about the people around you that aren't such like, I guess, educated on these matters or do anything about it.
I saw a perfect real life example of woke white people.
Okay.
Right? I was waiting in line at the Comedy Store to try and do the Tuesday show. Mm-hmm. And there was a dude laying on the street just passed the fuck out. Like, he may or may not be dead on the concrete, right?
Yeah.
I'm not pretending to be the nicest woke person in the world. But this white people walk up and they see a rat just on the floor. These white people go and start asking if we can watch it and like just make sure that nothing gets to it, right?
I love where this is going.
And they got a box, came back, put it around it, they moved it to the side.
Yeah.
And they put it on the side, put a box around it.
Yeah.
Until this rat was ready to get back on its feet.
Yeah.
And then they walked away, and then the little boy looked at the homeless person, and the dad grabbed his head and turned it forward. And it kept pushing, bro.
And
it's like, I was like, bro, you just gonna leave this fucking, you don't care about this Mexican dude in the middle of the street at all, dog. Like, and I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I'm not saying it, but
you did all that for that damn rat.
But you gonna do all that for that rat, and you're gonna walk away telling that story to all your friends
about saved the rat.
We saved a rat, and we're great people, and you're gonna get your kudos for being for being compassionate.
That's so funny.
And you just go, and you go that, and and you just go tell your son, no, this doesn't exist. Turn forward.
Yeah. It's so funny because I had a white friend. She's really funny. We were talking like a year or two ago, and she said she was in a room full of other white people, and they were talking about the whole like Oscar So White campaigns. I think it was like 2 years ago. I think it was the one Chris Rock hosted. The Oscar So White thing's really big, and she said they were like discussing Oscar So White and all this kind of stuff. And she said she just kind of felt like all the white people in the room were like feeling really good about themselves, so they were talking about this. And she goes like, guys, like there's nobody not white in this room. Like, if we really wanted a real perspective, we would have friends that are not white talking about this. And she was just like, I just couldn't even have a conversation anymore. And, like, that's a lot of times they feel like they're woke or they're educated, but they don't even bring in the perspectives of what the problem is. You know what I'm saying?
I've had white people tell me about how they want to buy cows and send them to villages in Africa and shit. And that sounds like a really good idea, right? In concept, in theory. But as someone who's lived in Africa, these niggas could use some phones.
Yeah.
Like these niggas could use a generator.
Yeah.
These niggas know what technology is. They know what the world is. They don't want a fucking cow showing up at their door, dog.
They don't.
The same way you don't want a cow showing up at your door.
Exactly.
They can use some real shit.
Exactly. That's why, like, I'm not the biggest fan. I believe in God and everything, but I'm not the biggest fan of mission trips because too many times it's like volunteerism in a way. And so like, and most of the time that I read a stat, it was like the majority of people who go on these trips are usually middle class white people that go to your churches. And so they usually don't understand these other cultures. And I went to a Christian college, and missions is like a big part of their program. And so they're sending 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old, mostly white college students to other countries that don't know these languages and don't really know, are sometimes even openly racist on campus back in America, but are getting sent overseas. And so I'm just kind of like, what progress is really being made? Are we just sending people over to get Instagram pictures? But then when they come back, they feel great because it's like, I went over there and helped people.
I wouldn't say it's bad.
I'm not saying
like,
it's bad.
But I get
fan.
your point though. Like because it's like sometimes they're doing it really depends on the organization.
Exactly.
It depends on the organization more than anything. Because whatever they tell, whatever they're on this, whatever they want to get it written right enough for whatever they wanted on their transcript, whatever.
Right.
So they want to do a good job. So whoever the overseer, for lack of a better term, is. Will tell them if the objective is good shit, they can feel however they want to feel about it at the end. Right. But if you guys are going over there to do bullshit and
that's the thing, it's just like a lot of times, I don't generalize. So there are some people that are doing great work, white, black, whatever, and I've seen it, and I've been on a trip before and things like that, and I know what certain organizations do, and I know what works and what doesn't. But the majority of the time, I'm just seeing people just hugging brown and black kids that they can't really do anything for, when instead of you spending all that money on a plane ticket, you could have just sent resources.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
and
people
so
be going over there.
I just don't really like this. I just don't think we should be sending high school and college kids over there unless they really know the culture, they've studied it, and it's part of maybe their degree plan or something like that. I just don't know about sending somebody under 22 over there to just really.
I mean, because it helped people.
It's a gray area.
Because some people that really become the shit, that makes them like, man, the shit I'm going through ain't worth nothing.
Yeah,
like,
that is
I
also
really
true.
need to do some real shit.
That is also true.
So it's like, I can't. But some people's gonna go over there and get nothing from the shit.
Exactly.
And some people's gonna come back and just.
So it's a real gray area.
On their back.
Yeah. And I've even read of some things I read op-ed letters from kids that were living in these countries that these people came to over mission trips, and they talked about like what actually helped and what was very detrimental sometimes to their culture. Just kind of like when people were bringing all those bags of rice to Haiti during the earthquake or whatever, that messed up their economy because what they were doing was making rice in Haiti. So if you gave them a bunch of free rice, who's doing the work? Nobody's getting paid, and it really messed up their economy in a way. So it's just like, if we're gonna help places, we need to be woke and actually know about their culture and what to do and all those kind of things.
Because the solution. That's what I'm saying. The solution they throw on top of shit, is just something to make you feel better.
Yeah,
it's like if you were to if you saw a poor person on the street, right? If you saw a black lady on the street, and you just walked over and handed her a bag of diapers, dog.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that bag of diapers is gonna make that bitch go crazy and be like, yes, I needed these diapers so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance that this bitch doesn't need diapers, dog. She has way other problems.
Right.
She needs you to find somebody to kill her fucking boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she needs.
Or she's hungry or whatever. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how we have so many woke people. Why do we have so many people in need then? You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I'm tired of like these like toy drives for Christmas and all these kind of things. I'm like, people need their rent paid, nigga. Like, people need that electric bill paid. People need housing. People need to get off the streets and stuff.
People need to go to GoFundMe and just look through the lists, bro.
literally just go through the list and be like, okay, I can help them and them and them. But it's just like, I feel like most people in America are woke to a convenience. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you can even look at like a lot of white feminists that have been in the news lately. Usually after they do something positive for feminism or whatever, something comes out that they've done something racist, or they've done a racist thing in a way. Because a lot of people, when they equate feminism, they only think of white women, and they usually see it as something that's like exclusive to other people. And so it's just like, I feel like a lot of people are woke to a convenience. Because that's how like the whole feminist movement started, was women's suffrage, and they didn't want black people to vote. They just wanted the right to vote. So. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a convenience. It's by saying I'm woke. If I say I'm woke, like, it's cool. Like,
but I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Exactly. It's like, all right, yeah, I'm woke. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. but I'm gonna get it from my house, and I don't really like my daughter hanging out with that crowd really, because it's just that crowd.
But I'll hire them. I just don't want my daughter dating one of them. You know, I've
like,
actually heard a person say that before, and I was there, and I was just like, really?
I just don't. The cultural. I don't understand. I don't understand the cultural difference. Right. So I just would rather stay
away from it. Yeah.
Where I'm comfortable.
Yeah, like I promise you, gay people aren't scary. Muslims aren't scary, guys. Like they're people too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand this whole thing of being scared of something you don't understand. You know. And people like they pass it off as hate because you don't want to just straight up say I'm afraid of this, so you hate it or you just shun it. You know.
Yeah, they think it's okay. Like. And I'm not saying, the whole thing is, I'm not saying that you have to do a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to operate, but just stop fronting.
Right.
Like, you just do what you do,
Don't stop acting like you have the word woke tattooed on your head.
Stop overplaying your hand and trying to let me know how woke you are. Because if you were really woke, I know it.
Right. I know it.
Like,
because most super woke things we don't actually talk about in public. Because I feel like nothing we've talked about on this podcast has been woke. Because a lot of stuff that's actually woke, we don't want out there.
Because you know what the real woke shit is? Real woke shit is... Nah, but real woke shit is when your white homie in middle school gets suspended from school, and then you find out it's because he fired on a white boy who called you nigger.
Yeah,
that's real woke shit.
Yeah,
bro.
that's real
like,
woke stuff. Not, I recycle. You know, like chill.
Yeah,
like that's I feel you. That's what I'm. Yeah.
Like it's really being about the shit that you're talking about. But if you, I think that I don't like the way Jeff talks, but he signs my checks, so I just stay quiet.
Right.
That's not woke.
I think Martavis Bryant is a beast receiver, bro. I don't any time I can take sides against Coach Mike Uncle Tomlin, I'm can't stand that nigga, bro. Uncle Tomlin.
That's so good.
Can't stand. Who to you is the wokest person in history?
David Banner.
David Banner? Oh no!
I can't even.
I'm from Mississippi. Hell no, bro.
Bruh,
I need you to pick another one, nigga. Hell no.
If we're talking about public figures.
Public figures.
I'm not, and the thing is, it's just because I've messed with David Banner for so long.
Good rapper, though.
Like, I'm talking about from rap. I like him more from rap than anything else.
He's a good rapper. I like David.
Like, and so, like, it's just even.
He does say some cool stuff, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he got some gems. I do know he's out of pocket at times.
Yes.
I know he takes it to the utmost. But from the core, though. He comes from the core, though.
David Banner's your wokest figure in history ever?
Wokest figure in history. Malcolm X, of course.
Malcolm X? Cool. I like that one.
Yeah, but everywhere. Like, Malcolm X is like a gimme.
Yeah, but even Malcolm X is whitewashed sometimes, too.
I mean, if you ain't paying attention, but even Malcolm X...
Well, he doesn't whitewash himself. I'm talking about history as well.
Yeah, history has whitewashed him. Also, black people have blackwashed him.
Yeah.
People use him for whatever it's convenient for without...
Convenient,
yeah, they take him in his eras, but don't pay attention to where he ended.
Right.
No one ever takes him at where he ended, for the most part, because that doesn't have as useful agenda in it.
Yeah.
And so, Malcolm X, or all them 60 Cats, or the Black Panthers, Muhammad Ali's probably.
Muhammad Ali. What do you think about Marcus Garvey?
Marcus Garvey? I mess with Marcus Garvey.
I think he was right.
I really mess with Marcus Garvey.
But the thing is, there's really nothing we can do about
it. There's nothing that can be done. Like, that's it. And that's kind of where I
feel like the time when he brought it up, there was something we could have done, but W. Du Bois wouldn't shut his mouth.
It was because the system wasn't set up in Africa yet.
Yeah.
The system in Africa was still developing.
Yeah.
And so...
The system in America was obsolete, though.
And it wasn't... Yeah, and so if they would have went at the same time as all those revolutions were brewing in Africa and been there when the spark happened...
Yeah.
And they could have kept it so black people broke out the system, but they didn't know the system.
Exactly.
Like with all, like the Africans broke out the system, and then they still subscribed to the system because they didn't know what to do. They just started applying to the UN, and the UN just were like, "Hey, just pay back this money to these white people." And it's called No, it's fine, because European countries are getting reparations off of Africans for becoming independent.
Yep.
So
I didn't ever get none of that.
But reparations still ain't happened to the people who built everything else.
Right.
But they built some roads over there.
Yeah.
And they need compensation.
Right. It's crazy. But yeah, Marcus Garvey was right. It's just we've realized it 200 years too late.
I plan to move. I'm gonna die in Nigeria. I plan to.
You gonna move to Africa like Nas's character in Belly?
Yeah, like, bruh, if you go there with money, there's no property tax right now.
Okay.
As of now, like, you can go out there, if you buy property, bruh, you own it until you die, bruh.
Okay.
And you can just sit on your money.
We might have to go to Africa, y'all. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. Y'all don't
That's the retirement plan, dog.
Yeah. But hey, bro, thanks for coming on the show.
Of course, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. This has been Secret Black People Meeting, episode 7. Yema Nkele, great comedian, super smart.
Follow me at Comedy Yema. Maybe I'll be on the same thing on Twitter, but
yeah, he don't have on Twitter.
It's like 3 tweets every 5 years.
Oh, okay. They might be woke though.
Everyone is a gem. If you don't think it's a gem, something's wrong with you.
All right.
But I don't get enough retweets on Twitter, so that's why I don't mess with Twitter.
All right, stay woke, y'all.
I don't know everybody, but that ain't my hoe. I don't know everybody, but come to my show. I don't know. You can't smoke on my dough. I don't know. Give me my dough. I don't know. Man, I bet she a hoe. I don't know. Yeah, she swallow. I don't know. She only got 4 toes. I don't know. Nigga change your clothes.
Hey.
I don't know. Nigga change your flows. I don't know. You ain't got no dough. I don't know. Come to the show. It's only $5. It's only $5. Come to the show, right? $5. Whew. I ain't out of breath, nigga.
That was funny. I can go like that in the closing.